All right. Very cool. Let's start. So welcome everyone to Appfollow and Geeklab Hot Seat. So today you're all in for a treat. We have a couple of apps that are going to get into the hot seat. And Yaroslav, yes, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves in just a second. I'll just do some housekeeping first. So the chat is open. Everyone's welcome to present some questions. We'll be having a Q&A at the end of the session. And then, lucky for everyone, this will all be recorded. You will receive the recording at the end, and then you can go back and listen to all the good insights. And so I'm going to give you guys now a chance to introduce yourselves. Then we'll jump into the good stuff, and then I'll be back once we start with the Q&A, and we'll have all the questions answered. So take it away, boys.
Sounds good. Yaroslav, you want to go first?
Okay. It's a pleasure to open our session. So, hi, my name is Yaroslav. I'm the Senior Professional Services Manager in Appfollow. I'm helping our clients to rule all the stuff which calls ASO, ASO knowledge, ASO works. So, yeah, this is who I am. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Yaroslav. I'm Jesse. Hi, everyone. I'm one of the founders here at Geeklab and working as the CEO. However, still typically, just because I like mobile games and games marketing in general, so quite hands-on. A bit more when it comes to UA front. So today, I guess, I'll be discussing a bit more from the very top of the funnel, where Yaroslav will bring more expertise in when it comes to what's happening on the stores. I'll typically have difficulties of keeping my mouth shut, so I'll probably chime in there as well, though. But yeah, super excited to be here. We got 3 cool apps to go through, apps and games, after which then we are completely open for questions. So feel free to also at any point of time shoot stuff in the chat. But yeah, let's get the ball rolling, right?
So, yeah, I will share my screen and we will start to check our apps. Today we will check. We'll check some apps which will be before the session. So here we can see this is the recolor, township, and Hoho. So all these 3 apps owners are here. People who are working with these apps. So we can try to beat getting some high-level audit for each one app from the ASO perspective and from the user acquisition perspective as well. So from which we can start, let's start from the color, for example.
Yeah, sounds good.
So first of all, in the recolor, this is the coloring book. And here we can see only for the United States market, we are picked to the United States market App Store. And we have this one. This is the app page, and the inside the app page. This is not only the all metadata which we presented there. We have every part of the metadata which we can see on the app page, but also the scoring. This is the app reputation index. So app reputation index. This is the easiest way how we can estimate our app. Our fulfillment of our ASO app page, not only the ASO app page. So this is number from 0 to 100, where 0 means we do nothing for our app page, and 100 means we are the best on the market. I've never seen honestly 100 on this page. So this is the number app reputation index for this app, and we can compare first of all it for the category. Here will be the average category index. We calculated all the apps which are presented in the entertainment category in the United States. This is the number which we are comparing. And if we are below, this is the a lot of part to improve. Currently, this app is above the average. That's pretty good. This number is based on the three parameters: age and search visibility, ratings and reviews performance, and the stored info. And we can see in the ASO part, there is no way to improve. Everything is on the benchmark. Search visibility score. Medium, but also the fulfillment of characters and number of total run keywords. This is the on the green zone. So let me briefly explain about the total run keywords and search visibility score difference. So here in the total run keywords, we're calculating all the keywords where your app is presented in the search result. It doesn't matter on the first position, on the last position, on the with the priority 0, with the priority 100. All of the keywords will be counted here. But the search visibility score, this is our internal parameter, which we are calculating how we have three keywords which are ranked by from top 10 to top 1, and getting the most popular keywords from them with a variety higher than 5. Then more popular keywords inside this ranking we have, and 5 will be the potential usability score of our app. So this way, how we are calculating it. And also, this is how we can check in the KPI, how we're checking our visibility. For the ratings and reviews, we can see all the stuff about the reviews and replies, the reply rate of how much you reply of the reviews, and average reply time. Everything also in the green zone. But we have this storing form. This is just generic data, but all of this stuff might be improved. First of all, this is the last update data. We can see that last 3 months, last 4 months, there is no update at all. So please update your data just because everything might change, and the benchmark on the market 1.5 months and a half to update the metadata. Also, category chart rank is still low. It's absolutely okay, just because we can see that the more daily number of downloads you got, then higher you will stay on the category chart. In the entertainment category for the coloring book, it will be too hard to improve this number organically. So it's absolutely okay if you are not so high. In the last feature, you can, yeah, Father.
No, sorry, I was just about to say that if you scroll a bit down, so you can actually see the screenshot, the visuals, right, as well.
Yeah, sure.
Brilliant. So I had a couple of ideas actually that came to my mind regarding these two, because like with these types of games, typically or apps games, kind of in the borderline here, but typically it's often about the completion motivation that you're trying to fulfill, right? Like where you want to be relaxed, but at the same time you see like this empty canvas that then you are able to fulfill by like actually uh, drawing in and like filling in the colors. So one very like great way that we often see actually being done in puzzle games a lot is where you have like these pictures where you can see kind of before and after, so that you can actually incentivize and make it show so that like the viewer actually fully understands that this is the completion motivation that I can fulfill when I play this game. So you can see the empty canvas, partially colored, or so. It's a bit there on the second screenshot, but you could still make it a lot more clear, even more clear than it actually is from within the app itself. Like truly, like just go a bit like more towards like what you could do on the marketing side, on the user acquisition side, like truly like even put numbers into the specific spots to make it super clear that okay, this is how you could actually color it up. and fulfill that completion motivation. Any thoughts on that, Yaroslav? Disagree? Agree?
Absolutely agree. There are a lot of, there is no one generic recommendation to improve how to improve the visual part of the App Store page, but also every time when you can interact your user to getting the result, you can download the app and getting the result right now, right here. So this is working. The action is working every time.
Mm. Yeah. And another thing also, like I noticed that there hasn't been, or at least there isn't like a live event ongoing right now.
Yeah,
And like,
they have no.
yeah, and we can jump into it in a second as well, like regarding the ads, but there's not active user acquisition ads at this very moment. So um, there has been in the past, but uh, yeah. So one effective way to get like the uh, like even more like interest from the platforms themselves is to actually utilize these in-app events too. So if there's anything seasonal as an example, so it's very easy to tap into it with this entire like concept. So as an example, you could build up a specific in-app event for specifically gathered like images within the game itself in a certain seasonality. So now, of course, we passed Easter, but they could have been like specific imagery that would fit Easter. And same goes for the screenshots and the icon too. So you could actually change and adapt those into the seasonalities just by actually changing the like even with the icon. Of course, that is the brand image, and of course, you don't necessarily want to change the brand image too often, but at least you could apply maybe some Easter color palette in there, or some additional fluff around it, which is also, by the way, super simple and easy to do with ChatGPT these days if you're up for it and low on resources. But yeah, a couple of other uh, ideas there.
Okay. So yeah, I see on the chat that someone asked me to get a bit louder. I'm trying. I am absolutely trying. Thank you for this comment. I have not a lot of more questions, more key notes for this app. If you have, you see some
Sure,
to any,
I can
please.
add a bit. Yeah. So apart from what I just shared, um, like it's been a minute since Recolor has actually ran ads as far as we can see. So these latest ones have not been active since like a couple of years, so not very recent. But I thought that if there's still people from Recolor listening here, it would make sense to just show a couple of things and kind of also fit into how these things are now done in the most recent ads, and what you could apply here as well. So all in all, like this entire like recoloring aspect is something that's kind of borderline in between uh, artistic as well as then like sort of a puzzle game as well. So we see quite often that ads where instead of you having, even though if in the game itself you have the complete freedom to actually draw however you like and feel like the pictures however you like. So in the ads, if instead of like showing like that free form, you would show like very simplistic gameplay, more closer towards how I believe it was, particularly was it this ad, well yeah, more in this context, but like make it super simple, very slow, might maybe even like actually have numbers and then fill up the entire color, like the sort of the place where you drop the colors at once, uh, and make it a bit more slower paced and so on. We've just seen that that works in the puzzle genre quite well, and it's something that definitely could be applied here as well to kind of tap into a different type of a psychological hook when users are viewing the ads. And then like combining actual real life footage and drawing, it's great, but also it's quite resourceful and takes time, and a lot of these same like footages with just like full on like uh, ads more in the like likes of these um, would actually go most likely quite well. But yeah, of course, like we've seen, it's been quite a while since these ads were ongoing. Seeing that they were like live on Google AdMob as well. So if you like are planning to then reactivate the ads, so also take into very much consideration in which specific platform would you like to run these ads, because if you're running those ads on AdMob, so then or any other like sort of network where the ads would be displayed within other games and apps as well. So then that is a completely different format to then if you would go to any of the social networks like Meta's Facebook or Instagram feeds or TikTok. So then the content has to kind of fit that as well. Rule of thumb with this Facebook and like other platforms, it has to be extremely attention grabbing and fitting to the actual context of how those feeds and placements typically work like. Whereas then you have a bit of a different ad formats available in within other games like you know non-skippable video ads where you can kind of enforce people to watch your message through 30 seconds and so on. But yeah, that was my 2 cents from the ads as well.
Yeah, I have one question
Yep.
specifically about this. For example, I wanted to grow in case of the category ranking. I have to get more downloads. I want to improve totally ranking from my keywords, etc. So I have to get some additional downloads anywhere. Which type of source, I don't know, networks, which one social media or which one channel will be preferable for me to get the balance between the cost and the quality of the user
Right.
in number?
Speaking from personal experience, we typically would recommend like social networks, and these would include also like Google's like entire catalog outside of AdMob like placement. So like uh, like YouTube or like traditional Google search, uh, all that. But then specifically like TikTok and Meta's inventory. Like yeah, they seem to work quite nicely, getting quality users with somewhat cost effective prices, generally speaking.
Cool, thank you. This is just my awkward.
Awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, let's move on to the second one app. Uh,
Cool.
let's go on to the our gigantic app. We have here the player extension. This is the huge app. So from the brilliant publisher, um, most
Yep.
of the
By the way, Yaroslav, sorry, super quick before we jump into the next one. So Christopher there on the chat mentioned that for Recolor, the paid UA was actually mainly Meta and Google plus some TikTok. So the data on App Magic was a bit off on just showing the Google ads, and now it's more about App Store optimization and Apple Search ads only. But yeah, awesome.
cool. So this way is also every type of the way the traffic
Yeah,
generating is working.
yeah,
There is no false answer there. So yeah,
awesome,
thank you for the feedback.
cool.
So yeah, let's go to the township. Here we can see the good example when we are going, first of all, when we are working with the in-app events, they have event inside the app. They are promoting it for the retargeting user, for new users, so it works. And also the brilliant way where we can see that not all the characters in the title are working right now. So we have a lot of free space there in case of the text optimization. Of course, generically, ASO managers will tell why maybe we add there some keywords, but I can see that the search visibility score, for example, for this app is pretty high. App reputation index is pretty high, more higher than average category index beyond the all games in the United States. And also category child ranking, which means they have a lot of organic users and of course paid users too. They have advertising featuring the last update was not so long, but also, yeah, we have not a lot of information about the ratings and reviews section just because it's quite a lot. Yeah, and from the start, when I start to check the township, I checked that the old screenshots absolutely easy to interpret, to check what is this, what inside the app, and we can see the farm, and it will be the game about the farm. When we download the game, it will be a game with the farm. So from the SEO perspective, from the organic work perspective, of course, the most biggest award from the managers for working with the township or another player's big title. It will be, of course, conversion rate optimization, working with the connection between user acquisition and, of course, between the store presence. It might be custom product pages, it might be traffic for the with the retargeting users by the in-app events. It might be every type of different presence, but the connection, the optimization, the conversion rate, just because I think the company invests a lot to generate new users.
Yeah, and regarding that as well, in here we can see that if you scroll a bit to the left, there's a video. And the reason that there is a video being shown is that they're utilizing the closer look section, which means that for new users, what users will see is actually just the first two screenshots in whenever they come to the store. But for existing users, sort of returning users, they can actually then see the video instead. So two different optimization cycles, one for the returning users, another one for new users. And for new users, this actually, if you don't change anything now, so if you look at the screen, this is quite a good representation on what the users would see. So they would see the, excluding the video, if you go all the way back to the left, all the way back to the left, sorry, the left to the other side, yes. So this is perfect now. So if you don't forget the video there, so what the users will now see when they come to the page for the first time, because of iOS portrait screenshot being displayed, taking a lot of space, so they will see pretty much that first screenshot that you can see there, where it's harvesting the crops, and then a small part of the second screenshot. So what I'm saying is that the first screenshot typically has a massive impact on the conversion rate itself. It's doing, Township is doing a great job with the icon. I absolutely love it. It's tying itself very well into the user acquisition ads and kind of a couple of the things that they're doing in there. But I think testing and optimizing that first screenshot there with the crops being harvested is truly the biggest opportunity here. You could try different things. It's a wonderful game from marketers' perspective, because you have so many different angles that you could try out. One would be just focusing on sort of the aspect of managing and sort of something similar than Forex games have as well. Like, so sort of more focusing around the fact that you're building up, completing stuff, and managing your city. One way could be to actually emphasize sort of the fantasy aspect of it, in a sense that like you are the one like managing, kind of the overruling, not God, but like the overruling ruler that kind of manages the entire town, and therefore you'd be able to play around with different types of things, maybe even visualize who you could actually be. um, any general opinions about having the videos or pics only? uh, our
Um,
tests were better without the video. 100%. I like what we've seen through countless and countless and countless of tests, is that the format itself doesn't help. It's truly the content. So if you have a bad video, it will lower your conversion rate. If you have an extremely great video, it can increase your conversion rate. Um, so it's truly something that there isn't like a one answer to specifically having videos or pics. It really depends on the content itself. um, in
so
general, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, sorry to interrupt. Every time when I talk about the video, when every time when anyone asks me about video, I told in the screenshots you have one frame for the one screenshot. So
Mm,
for the video, you should optimize the full video with the optimize the app. If you have such resources to working with the video frame by frame, work testing the content inside the video. If you have such resources, please you can do it infinitely based on my experience. But
yeah,
yeah, if you can see that we are invest this type of the resources inside the creating video, we're trying the video and it is not performing, you should not use agents
yeah,
because it's not performing.
yeah. And one thing that you can try as well, like there's some phenomenal ads that you guys have put up. um so like you could try to push that ad as the video as well. Typically those tend to work quite nicely. Of course that's against Apple's guidelines, and it's something that Apple can absolutely just reject. But if we're being completely honest, then we look at just this screenshot as well, so we can see that there's like the mouse arrow pointer in two of the screenshots. So
Wait a
Apple
minute.
have, so like, if there you go, like, so instead of like a thumb or anything, like it's actually the mouse itself. So that would also be
Mhm.
against Apple's guidelines. So clearly they've kind of, and they do like slip things like this through. It's better for them as well if more people install and play the games rather than like move away from the stores. So yeah, I'd highly recommend to pick up like a portrait, like a well performing user acquisition video, and just try that out. That might actually work very well.
Did you check some creatives with this one visual?
Yep.
Just because when I see this screenshot, I think that this is the just copy from the most performing uh, user acquisition campaign for this.
Yeah, I did take a look at ads. Oh, super excited. So in the chat, uh, oh, we'll actually try that, or did you guys try that? If you did, we're super excited to hear like, oh, did it go well or badly? Oh, perfect. Anyways, I will try it. Perfect. Please let us know how it went then after you've tried it. Exciting. But yeah, so did take a look at the ads as well. Um, and yeah, and please in the chat correct me if I'm wrong as well, but it did seem that a good focus in the user acquisition has been actually re-engagement of the users as well. So there were a lot of specifically if we went to United States as an example, so there were like plenty of ads where uh, it was actually about like getting users back to the game. Of course, being a massive game like this, a good majority of not a majority, but a lot of players have already played the game. But yeah, there were a bunch of sort of as you can see, well, this is in German, but yeah, you're welcome to come back. These type of ads ran. Um, yeah, I'll quickly peek into the chat. Okay, nothing yet. But yeah, that was my assumption, that there was like a lot of retargeting ongoing on Meta specifically. Yeah, with ads like these. But yeah, that what I really loved was the combination of these mechanics that we often see quite a lot in 4X games. So this is something that the golden goblins, whatever, they do this a lot as well. But very good, like getting a bunch of resources, then like very like it's very pleasing to take a look at this. Like you, yeah, I get mesmerized by just looking at these ads. I want to tap the thing, and then wonderfully falls into the failed thing, which tricks another. It's a psychological trick that it's been used in advertisements from the very beginning, I'd say. But yeah, very well done here, and very solid execution on the ad creative itself. Then another one that I could not pass through is this. Back it's already been like I think close to 7 years ago. I was working at the Rovio with Angry Birds, and back then as well, we we just, I don't know what it was, but like cats did work when they tapped the screens. We had these same hooks back then as well. So happy to see that presumably they're still working, as these ads are still ongoing. But yeah, solid narrative. Who doesn't like cats hitting the screen? And there as well, come back with that sort of retargeting campaign type. And then once more, again, one of these same stuff, quite related to what we've seen in 4X, like collecting and buying and tower defense and real-time strategy. They do these similar ads as well. And much like the other one, this also ends up in sort of a fail, which then triggers that particular thing in your head. But yeah, some recommendations that you could also try in terms of the advertisements would be to kind of tap into the fantasy aspect of it. So for some people and some players that end up playing this, it can actually, the main motivation can be escapism. They want to sort of escape this world that we live in and jump in there and build their like fantasy and most perfect town ever. So really tapping into that and sort of portraying to the player who they would end up being when they actually get to play the game would be a cool angle to try out, both on the user acquisition side, but then something you could also then utilize on the custom product pages, or just in the actual store as well.
Yeah, absolutely agree. This is not a discussion, but I absolutely agree for every your word.
Perfect. Excellent.
So I think we eat about the township, and let's go for the smaller ones. So I checked. I really checked the app, the third one app, which will be presented here, and we can see that I prepared a lot of buttons. We can see here that the optimization is pretty prepared. We can see here full field title, full field subtitle. But it's not a lot in case of the total number of rank keywords and search visibility score. This is the Hoku Group AI trip planner. I checked that they have not a lot of number of daily downloads as well, and this app is pretty new on the market. as we can see here, the AI, first of all. But of course, for the any new app that they are preparing some type of the textile metadata here update. This is absolutely perfect. We can see here that everything fulfilled here without any duplication. So they are working with the App Store things. If we are clicking on the Google Play things, here will be the nothing. Why? First of all, I thought that something was broken on our App Store, on our Appfollow site, but not. When we open, I will change my screen for the Google Play, just because it will be our really thing that we have here, the number of total downloads. The number of total downloads currently is 1,000 downloads plus, which is incredibly low to rank the app as well. Google don't want to rank the app, even if you prepare the perfect screenshots, even if you prepare the good App Store optimization textual, visual optimization, just because on this one time, this is absolutely perfect. I can see that if we are going to the checkers about the ASO, how about it? Fulfill the title, subtitle, fulfill all the fields using the keywords there. They're using it, they're ranking on the keywords, for example, in the App Store. But in the Google Play market, there is no ranking at all, just because before from 7 to 10,000 of downloads, uh, Google wants to get more qualified products inside the Google Play Store. So they are pessimized the traffic, pessimized the appearance of the apps which are below this number. So first, your task for the Google Play, for the App Store, try to find out the way how to aggregate, how to uh, attract more users, more than 10,000 downloads on your app. First of all, for the Google Play, and that's why we have to use any user acquisition channels, just because without the additional traffic, there will be no other way um, to get more visible your app. So there is no way to generate organic traffic without the user acquisition tracking. This is the trick, but this is the reality when we're working out
Yeah,
right now.
I agree, and but it might sound scary, and of course, whenever like you know that you're going to have to pay, it sucks.
Mhm,
but
mhm.
but also like
Absolutely.
yeah, don't get scared about like then when you talk about like we just saw Township and their user acquisition budgets are well something different than most likely if you just started up a app, something that you could afford. But that doesn't mean that you couldn't do it. Like you can actually try it out with like $500 to Meta and see how things work, like and so on. But specifically, then you have to be extremely like careful and thoughtful and make the most out of it, which is why there's a couple of things that we could also like work around with just looking at the screenshots here. So first, one thing that picked my eye a bit was that the third screenshot actually it does say New Year's 2021. It might sound like a sort of a vague thing, but honestly, just um, having that sense of urgency, having the feeling that this app is very recent and continuously updated, like just having something that's kind of relevant within that screenshot, it's really making the difference. Even better, put something like that to the first screenshot so that when users view it for the first time, they can actually see something extremely relevant content. The The one thing that's done very well, that device itself, it does look, I'm not 100% sure, because Apple's done like these design cycles, and now the device looks more like the iPhone. iPhone 16 looks 15 looks more like the iPhone 13, 12 looked like, but it does look exactly like the latest iPhone, which is always, that's extremely important. Apple notoriously doesn't like to feature um, any of the games or apps that don't have the latest phones in there. On the other hand, though, these exact same screenshots were on Google, so then that's another thing. So on Google, unfortunately, it's more extra work, but you'd have to actually use the Google or Android devices. Like, it's better if you use a Google phone in the screenshots. But yeah, not having an iPhone is pretty much a must there. Then another thing that I would say is that you also have a great opportunity here to utilize seasonalities. Because seasonalities are often like fulfilled with different events, right? And sometimes trips. So imagine like it just was Valentine's Day. There could have been like a live event, or you could have changed the screenshots. And I'm not sure actually if you did, but but you could have like completely gone with like something that, even just like organize your dream trip for Valentine's to Paris or whatever. But like just playing around with the seasonalities would work quite well. And then a second thing that you can truly make a difference quite easily is localization. So just looking at different languages. I know we're now just focusing on United States here, but sorry, there was a question. I'm just checking. Will we receive the recording afterwards? I'm under the impression that that's exactly the case. Uh, we'll chime in as a definite answer in a second. Okay, yes, perfect. But yeah, so to the localization point. Uh, so here you have a great opportunity to then. Um, we're based in Finland, so if actually I would see the screenshots, having something with the Finnish content, something that will actually fit very well into what I could do today with this specific app. Whether that's like something that possibly, if you've never been to Finland, you don't know about Löyly or one of these places here, but just like actually putting some time and effort specifically to the biggest markets to focus on some of the iconic landmarks or things that you can do, and not just localize the language, but actually culturally localize the screenshots to fit the content. The platforms, Apple loves that, Google loves that, and most importantly, all of your users will definitely love that.
Yeah. But also, yeah, as you mentioned before, everything currently might be improved. But when we're working in case of the checklist, if it will be 2021 checklist how to manage your ASO, it will be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, looks very
yeah,
nice.
that's absolutely it, and looks absolutely nice. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. There has been so many insights, and let's hope everyone online have gotten something to take home after this. And like said, the recording will be sent to everyone who's registered for this webinar. So keep an eye on your inbox for that. I think all the questions here have been asked, or sorry, answered. But let's check here in our Q&A box. First of all, what's the most common mistake you see in App Store creatives that hurts conversion rates?
Not testing and optimizing.
Mhm, mhm.
No, yeah, I'm sorry, but honestly, like just if you just leave it be, so then quite often then you see saturation. You're not tapping into the seasonalities or trend changes or anything. So then in a long run, then it ends up actually hurting your conversion rates.
Yeah, absolutely. There is no, as we told before, there is no generic way, and there is no generic mistakes and generic win strategies. So yeah, every time it should be tested. If you are not testing, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, agree. And then also like remember that the storefront is it's pretty much like the fridge in the supermarket where you then end up and you pick up like whether you pick up Pepsi or you pick up Coke, because it's not the like you ended up walking to the supermarket from somewhere else and with someone was thirsty, someone was like just wanted something like there's always a reason why the user ended up on the store page, and understanding why and where they came from really helps you to optimize the store the best way possible.
Yeah. And
Perfect.
also, every time when we're talking about the creating the test variants, we're talking about the you should not try to prepare all the set of the species, for example.
Mm.
Try to prepare from one to three. It depends on the dimension, just because based on the statistics, no one will see eight species. No one will
Yeah.
scroll it down just because yeah, it's not because it's not good. It's
Mm.
just because people want to not spend a lot of time to
Yeah.
get attract a lot of interest there. So try to optimize and have first these screenshots. The first screenshot is the most important. The two one it might be a little
Yeah.
bit lower, but also first three screenshots. This is what should be tested. Everything.
Mm.
Exactly. All right. Next one here is an AI related question. ASO and SEO is great, but how can we search optimize AI? So chat, Gemini, etc. All the other ones.
It is tough, and believe me, uh, for our company's purposes, I've tried and I've tried. I always just like try to type like continuously talk with ChatGPT as an example, and just like uh, trying to. I know nowadays it has memory, so it's just me like making my own results more biased. But like I try to have a conversation and convey that, hey, if someone talks about like user acquisition and iOS analytics and attribution, mention us. but it's tough. I definitely can't pretend that I know the answer to that question here. Um, but very keen to find that out. That's a hopefully that was a
Me
rhetorical
too.
question.
Absolutely agree. Me too. I'm trying. I'm according the something. We have no the median results for the market. We have the personalized answer for each one user based on the previous, I don't know, day, 3 days, 4 days, how much they
Mm,
keep this data. So, and of course, my search result by OpenAI, something like this, will be definitely not looks like yours or someone else. So
mm,
yeah, this is the question from me, and also can track how much users we have directly from the link which presented by our chatbot.
mm.
So this is
Yeah,
what I want to see in
yeah,
future. For example, in the analytics, for example, Google, please integrate Gemini. I want to see how much users download
yeah,
me from the
yeah.
Gemini.
And now that
But
you mentioned that, oh sorry.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no. That's
okay,
it.
cool. Because now that you mentioned that, it came to my mind that one way to actually possibly increase the chances of you being noticed is to. I know we live in an age where we're like super, like scared about sharing our data and all that. But if you actually then do the exact opposite with your game and make it so that your data is as easily readable and as easily grovelable by any of these like bots or crawlers, whatever, that go through the internet and get information to these guys. So at least that way you'd be able to make sure that maybe you're part of the next training set that goes into into the making. Although make sure that the data that you put can't be outdated, because then you can't change it.
Yes.
Nice. Let's see how that progresses in the years to come with AI.
Yes.
All right, then Elliot is asking for advice how to fix a low search visibility score if other metrics are going great, but then he has a hard time of increasing the visibility for the app listing.
I have a answer that it's not Elliot's not gonna like, and it's the paid user acquisition. But yeah, just like, because then when you buy users in, you get more downloads, that sort of snowballs. But also like sort of search engine optimization is not our main expertise, so I'm sure Yaroslav will have sort of a, or you might have like better insights into this, on how you can do it without actually having to acquire users from outside of the stores.
Without, there is no way without.
Okay.
First of all, I will talk that the main parameter, the main KPI from the any type of the implementation of the our traffic, when we analyzed our traffic, when we analyzed our ASO, our app, for us and for our stores, it will be every time download. The more number of daily or monthly downloads you aggregate on your app, then more this is the way to share with the stores, with the every type of the channels, that your product is popular, your product is get high quality, your users love this product, and stores have to uh, increase the number of the positions of the store. I don't know, something like that. So increase the rankings. So the more number of downloads you got, then it will be easier to increase the search visibility inside. Just because, yes, currently some years ago, years and years ago, when I started to learn ASO, when I came to this industry, it will be easy. You just paste keywords inside the right field, and that's it. You're multiplying your traffic. Currently, everyone wants to, first of all, your money. And second one, of course, there is a lot of products there. High competitiveness, you have to be here. So we have to find out the additional way to traffic instead of the only organic way. So this way, of course, you can combine user acquisition and ASO, and on the same way, on the same track. It is not 1+2. This is the same track. This is how the skis we do. We have to work with the ASO and with the user acquisition, and this way we can go into the success.
Yeah, and actually, like, there are also other ways to acquire users than just paid user acquisition. Everything needs resources and time, but not necessarily money. So as an example, you could do product hunt, you could do, go to Hacker News, you could build up a Reddit community, you could go and build up a community in X. So you can try alternative ways to push people into the store to download your game or app, to then do exactly what Yaroslav said, build up the interest from the platforms, and then get the higher visibility. And lastly, again, like the platforms as well, like they have opportunities with the in-app events to push for featuring. It's tougher, but it's still a possibility that you can try out.
Yeah, and also the quality of the product. For example, there is some diamonds in the market which are going through the nothing. For example, a couple of years ago, there was the game Vampires and Werewolves. It looks like the pixel game where you get some addictive mechanic inside. So, and more, they have more and more devices. It starts from the PC till the, I don't know, consoles, mobile games, etc. So everywhere there, this game is a diamond. You can produce the ASO, and ASO will be adjusting to their organic, not the directly the main power of your organic. But of course, the quality of the product is the way to getting it. First of all, low coster. For example, you can interact users easier, and also high, for example, retention rate, works for monetization. It will be more inside the in-app metrics, and this way you can, of course, promote your app successfully.
Yeah.
Very cool. And lastly, I'll just check. These questions were sent in regarding Hoku. Would using a short video of the AI feature in the App Store listing significantly improve engagement or conversions? Just to
I
make sure
guess,
that we covered
yeah.
this.
I guess we kind of answered it. Again, just to very, very shortly wrap it up. Video by itself doesn't increase or decrease your conversion rate. A good video increases it, a bad video decreases it. We've seen this time and time again. So it's not the format, it's the content. And Yaroslav said it nicely. A screenshot is 1 frame, a video is 100 frames. So you have more opportunities to do things right as well as you are on doing things wrong. I think that sums
It
up.
is hypothesis to test.
Yes.
Finally, we'll have how often should we update or rework App Store wording? And is it smart to update imagery or icons seasonally? But I think this was also at least brushed upon.
Yeah, update your text at least once and a half per month. And the second one, of course, we have to test every hypothesis. This is sound like hypothesis. Let's test.
Yep. And people love seasonalities. So
Yeah.
jump into those.
Absolutely. All right, so we're coming to the end of the session. We'd like to thank everyone who has been with us and signed up and hopefully gets to listen to this either now or then the recording. Thank you for submitting all your questions, your comments. It has been a great interactive session, and hopefully we get to do some more of these.
Yes.
All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.